Hello and welcome back to the Dramatic Dream Dragons podcast here on the 5-Star Network. I am as always your host Sondre Björn, and we are as always a podcast all about DRAGONGATE and DDT Pro Wrestling. We are back today, the day before what was supposedly going to be Champion Gate, but has now been renamed Truth Gate. We are the full trio. Both Yannik and Dylan are here joining me. How are you guys doing?
They could call it Champion Gate, they could call it Truth Gate, but I'm a champion for the truth in wrestling. And so I encapsulate both sides of the matter, and I can't wait to talk about everything going on in DRAGONGATE and DDT, which we do have quite a bit to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
In that case, I'm a liar.
I mean, one thing that is true tomorrow is that Yuya Koroku is coming back. One thing that is not true for tomorrow is that Casey Time is not happening. Casey Time is that is not happening. But we'll talk
about that later.
Yes, we'll talk about that later, of course. We'll start with DDT, but first I just want to notify everyone, like we talked about on the previous episode, Dylan, like you and me talked about before the show. Right. I finished Yakuza Kiwami 1 earlier today.
And I'm proud of you for that. And I really appreciated learning your thoughts. I love seeing somebody just getting into this ridiculous series of video games for the first time and the long storyline that they all encapsulate. But I am looking forward to you getting into my personal favorite of the series, Kiwami 2. And I cannot wait to hear your thoughts overall. And like I said, we also talked about Baldur's Gate 3 for the first time, supposedly. I thought we had talked about it before, but apparently I'd made this up.
I had talked about it a lot, but I didn't know that you had played it until today.
Yeah, so of course, the main question is obviously about romance in video game. That's what we always go. That's our go-to question whenever we play new games and have choices. Kiwami 2, I think, is very interesting in many ways, but I appreciated your thoughts on it. I'm glad that we got to get that out. We tried to get that Baldur's Gate romance.
I should just say, you know that if I could, I would 100% try and romance Mashima in Kiwami.
We all would. If that's one thing they did not put in, but I'm sure there's some fan edits out there, especially because you play the PC version. I'm a PlayStation gamer, so there's some mods out there that will allow that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, exactly. So keep that in mind. But I appreciated that we did have the same romance in BG3.
Oh yeah. I mean, we did. That is actually something that we always have in common, because didn't we both are Tali romances in the Mass Effect, aren't we?
Well, not
because I remember we talked about Tali, you romancing Tali.
Well, and now another thing we share is that if we don't romance someone in our first playthrough, we will obviously play playthroughs to romance others. So I guess when you put it that way, yes. At first, I mean, because remember, in the first game, it's only Ashley or Liara. Then the second one, Liara, like, they are both taken out, kind of, but if you play the expansion, then you get Liara back. And Ashley's kind of like a huge jerk to you in Mass Effect 2. And then gets sent to the hospital in 3. So she's about half of that game, too. Mass Effect romance is so weird, man. We were talking about this off the air about looking forward to the next Mass Effect. And we kind of are of the same opinion that, like, when it comes out, we'll be ready for it. But until that happens, we're not. Because, I mean, there's so many ways they could go with it and how they're going to go with it. But we may have to boot up that poly romance once again for Mass Effect 5 when it comes out. Are they going to call it 4 or 5 and Andromeda be like retcon?
It's probably going to be 4.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
If it even comes out, BioWare is a mess.
That is true. That's behind the scenes. EA and BioWare people, all of the people that worked on the DA game that let us all down. Veilguard got fired in the last few months. Yeah. I was shocked that they released Veilguard for free on PlayStation Plus. Like that came out like a few months ago, and it's like already getting released for free. So that kind of shows you how bad that went. Like you said, BioWare as a whole is.
It's good that we started talking about romances before we got to the wrestling, because I want to throw it to Yannik. You are the only one I've talked to that has had time to watch the Valentine Day DDT show, the Sonic Amina produce Heatwave
Oh,
Overpowers 4,
was
Love
that
No Star.
Valentine's Day?
That was Valentine's Day. It's always on
Uh,
Valentine's Day.
See, I have before I draw up the card for that, I have another question. Tris or Yan?
Oh, always Yan. But I'm a book guy, so.
Okay, I wanted to judge, but I can't.
I mean, yeah.
I was a Tris guy, then I read the books.
Yeah.
Yes,
Honestly,
yes, I
none
have
of them.
seen that.
Honestly, none of them, but yes. Honestly, Geralt single. That's my headcanon.
Not very books.
Yes. What did you think of the Sonic Amina produce? I have not had time to watch it.
That's honestly disappointing because, like, of the stuff that I've seen, I really liked it. Okay, where's Keiko? It made the rounds. People really enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun. It is Shinya Aoki versus Keiko Nakamura. You can imagine how that looks as a match. Keiko looks really good. He is doing fantastic lately. You guys have to watch Shin Konosuke Takeshita defeating Shin Shunma Katsumata and Akito.
Yep. I was told that exact same thing.
That match is great. we had Shin Don Callis.
That is so funny. Who was Shin Don Callis?
Keiko.
Oh my god, no! That fits so much. Oh my god, that is so funny.
And then Keiko was also someone else in that match, but you have to see it there for yourself.
Okay.
Uni is a very good Shunma. Uni did great.
Man, like I will say it later, but this has been such a great start to the year for Uni and Sumi. Like these last 2 months. Like I hope when Shunma comes back that they actually make that into a unit and like officially break up Sonic Amino.
You're so tired of them.
Yes, I am very tired of that. Which is probably the reason why I haven't gotten to the show yet.
Fair enough. Mao and Yoshihiko versus CDK is Mao and CDK. It's great fun. You know exactly what you get. And in the main event is Shushi Kondo versus Toy. I've heard of people enjoying that. I thought it was pretty boring.
Yeah, that makes sense. Dylan, did you watch the Sonic Amino produce?
I did see videos of the Sheen Takeshita match and Keigo as Don Callis, which was very funny. The main event, I have not seen. I haven't seen the rest of the show, but you know, that like what you said tracks with me, Yannick. I feel like I agree with you.
The thing is, I think I'm saving the show until like when I'm drunk and I want to watch some wrestling.
Okay.
I think that is what I'm doing.
That's very fair. I'd say if I looked at the card and I was not that excited, and then I watched it and it was way better actually.
Yeah. But that was a little. I mean, it's a non-canon show, so it wasn't a priority.
What do you mean, Shin Don Callis is non-canon?
True. But what was a very important show was the Korakuen Hall from this past Sunday. DDT Next Generation 2025, Kisaragi Roman. On the 23rd of February in Korakuen Hall with a unannounced attendance, because that is DDT's thing this year, apparently. I did watch this entire show. even though Yannik told me I could skip some stuff, I did watch the entire show for some reason. And it started off really good with a Torowashi and Yuki Ishida versus Yuni and Kazuma Sumi. This ended when Sumi got pinned by Ishida with the flame palm after 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Yuni and Sumi are such a good rookie team right now. I really like what they're doing together. And Owashi had fun in this match. This was a fun opener.
I agree. I kind of wish Sumi and Uni would actually be a bit more of a pushed commodity, like as a team.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Fun match.
It definitely feels like they are, them and Shinma are ready made for the 6-man titles.
Yes, but it's also the 6-man titles.
It's also the 6-man titles. Did you watch this opener, Dylan?
Yes, I thought I really agree with what you were saying earlier about this being such a great year for Uni and Sumi. I think they continue to impress every time they go out there. Sumi's somebody I really always enjoy watching. I liked him during the tournament, and I think during these openers he always provides a really great burst of energy whenever he's in. So it was,
What did you guys think
these
of their
matches.
15-minute time limit draw in the tournament? Because that was on the show that hadn't happened. That hadn't aired when we recorded last.
Have I watched that?
Because I thought that was a really good time limit draw match between the two.
I did too. I thought it was really well done. I thought that was the same show that had Koroku and Toy, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I haven't watched these matches.
Yeah, I mean, we did spoil the results on the last episode. So.
Yeah,
that is true. But I like to draw the best match on that show because the other one was Illusion and Masada. That was kind of like damnation type of match. Going on there. But it was fun.
For me, Illusion versus Keigo Nakamura was the best match of the entire tournament, except for the final, which we'll get to. But
that match was very, very good too. I always have special love for Keiko.
Moving on to the return match of one of our favorite wrestlers, Kazuki Hirata. Kazuki Hirata versus Antonio Honda in the special singles match, where Hirata promised that he would wrestle seriously since this was his comeback back from a knee injury, and he tried to wrestle seriously. It was very funny how he immediately when when Honda first tripped, Hirata immediately went for the figure four, which was very funny. That was very rare. The highlight of this match, the absolute highlight of this match, was when the glasses started speaking to Hirata. I was dying. I don't think I've laughed that much this year during a wrestling match, but that was so funny. It was so Hirata. I loved it. Him and Honda starting to sing "Let It Go."
That was the highlight for me.
Oh my god! What the hell? I was spoiled on everything else that happened on the show because I was not. I couldn't watch this live or watch it on the day off. But I was spoiled on everything that happened except for this, and I'm so happy I wasn't spoiled about this.
It was totally random, and it was amazing. So Hirata, I truly wish that, if we had subtitles during the match, that would have been like an epic moment. I think it only would have made it even better for us. But even without them, it was awesome. Hirata cannot beat, he cannot fail. He doesn't know how to do it. He's too good. And I just thought it was very, very funny. You're going on there, so awesome.
Very funny. What did you think of that, Yannik? I don't think Yannik is here.
He disappeared.
He disappeared. Moving on then to a match I know Yannik didn't watch, and I hope for your own sanity that you didn't watch it either, Dylan. A Pheromones tribute match: Danshoku Dandy Dino and Koji Shining Ball Takeda versus Super Sasadango Machine and Yumihito Imanari ended in a no contest after 11 minutes and 12 seconds. Yeah, this was 11 minutes that we did not need.
Well, and you watched it anyway, though. You knew what was coming, Sondre. You can't blame. Don't try and blame other people for this. No one made you watch.
I rarely get to see Takeda these days, so
right.
I wanted to see how he was, since this was the first time I had seen him since 2023. He had not changed. The thing is with Takeda is that I think that he has potential to be a good wrestler when he's not doing the pheromones gimmick. Like I don't know what he does in outside of
like 666.
Yeah, it's 666, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, completely disconnected.
Yes, he's coming back. Internet god. Or maybe he's not coming back.
Well, maybe he'll do a run in a bit.
If that's just you and me now, Sondre.
Yeah, it's probably just 666, right?
Yeah, like that's where he's from. Yeah, you know, yeah. I don't see. Let's just put it this way: I haven't seen a lot of his matches get a lot of buzz in any circles.
Yeah. Oh, while we wait for Yannik to come back, we should mention, fuck pheromones. We can go back to
yeah. Forget about that. Yeah.
Super Sasadango Machine announced that he wanted to face. He's taking Ino's place in the Extreme title match against Dino. But I want to go back to Hirata because Hirata announced that he's going to have an anniversary produce show in Shinjuku Face on March 12th. And the first match announced for that show is such a wild match. Did you see what the match was, Dylan?
On Hirata's produce show?
Yeah.
Well, no.
It's Kazuki Hirata, Hiromu Takahashi, and Keisuke Ishii versus Soma Takao, Yohei, and Kenshin Shikano.
Okay. Well, why?
It's such a random match. Like, it's all the random guys in wrestling thrown into one match, I feel like.
Why Yohei?
Why not?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I just don't think we've seen enough of him and Noah, so now this is what we're going to get.
Hiromu and Hirata teaming up again. That makes sense. They had the match at the Ultimate Party last year in 2023. And like, he was obviously going to make it for this show because Hiromu makes it for all the produce shows for some reason.
But what about Punch Tamanaga being on the show?
He is?
Yeah, Dino and Honda versus Owashi and Punch.
Oh my god.
So you didn't see that one, did you? I looked at the full card here.
Torimon versus original DDT.
Yeah, so yeah, like the classic. Like, this is vintage right now.
That is actually vintage Dragon Gate X DDT.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, let's run through this whole card then that you brought us up. We'll wait for Yannik real quick. The first one is starting with the young communication generation. You've got Shigehiro Irie, Akito, and Shota taking on Toy, Yukio Naya, and Keigo Nakamura. Completely random. 6-man match. You've got the staggered entrance Royal Rumble here. You've got Chris Brooks, the champ, in his very important place here. Takes on Yuya Koroku, Uni, Kazuma Sumi, Gota Ihashi, and X.
Yeah.
Who is this mystery man be? No, it's a Royal Rumble match.
Okay, it's a Royal Rumble. Okay.
Who's X gonna be?
Ooh.
It's like all rookies plus Gota Ihashi.
Yeah, it's so random.
You've got they're back. Zunsha Muscle Survivors tearful. Yeah.
Oh, now it sucks that Yannik isn't here because I wanted to say that it's the staff of Ibisco.
Yeah, yes, that's true. You've got Shinya Aoki versus Naoki Doi taking on Yuki Ueno and Yuki Ishida.
Of course.
Pretty cool.
That's
pretty cool.
That's very cool.
You've got This Is My Match on the show. Crazy semifinal. Mao teams with Yoshihiko to take on Hiroshima and Pokotan.
Oh my god.
Yoshihiko versus Pokotan, baby. This is what we need in our lives.
I do like that the dramatic DDT like thing about this is that he's like Jamie says, oh, Hirata might be Booker of the Year.
Yes, that's what it says on the title of the post for that.
Which, sure. It's certainly a fun show.
I will watch that show in full.
Yeah,
unlike that Valentine's Day show they had.
Yeah.
But
it looks fun.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah. Anyway, Superstar Sodanga Machine announced that he wanted to challenge Dino for the Extreme title after that match. And let's move on to Daisuke Sasaki, Kanon, MJ Paul, and Illusion of the Nation defeating Toy, Yu Nakayama, Tomomitsu Matsunaga, and Daichi Sato when Kanon pinned Matsunaga with the Sleepy Hollow after 9 minutes and 32 seconds. This was a damnation match with a very important post-match. But before we get to the post-match, I just want to mention Daichi Sato will be a regular in DDT, a roster member in DDT, officially as of April 6th. He will be leaving Heat Up and become an official member of DDT. That is very cool. I like him.
He's great. Big loss to Heat Up.
I'm glad Yannik...
Oh no.
by the way, Yannik, welcome back. We did.
I'm glad to be back. I had a look at the card and I missed nothing.
Yes,
I haven't seen the
match. Show preview though.
We did preview Hirata's Pro show.
So. Okay, that's actually fair. I haven't watched the Pheromones thing.
Yeah, and you didn't need to watch it. It was fair.
Oh, I know.
But you made it back for what I know was one of your big highlights of the show. And that was the post-match of this Damnation match, where after Kanon got the win in a nothing match, nothing to talk about in this match, Hideki Okatani with dark blue hair, which gave it away immediately, by the way, comes out with the candlestick, and he goes right after Kanon. And first, Damnation just are watching, and then they join in, and Daisuke Sasaki takes the mic and says, Kanon is my new twink. Kanon, you're out. Hideki Okatani is my new twink. And Kanon's reaction was so comedic, almost. It was so overdramatic. It made me laugh.
It was funny.
This was a segment a long time coming. Like Kanon has felt like he needed to move on and do something good for a long time, so that we can actually see if he's good. And Okatani, who like his whole wrestling style is a dick heel, so him joining this Illusion like Damnation, I like. Yannik,
it's a really weird reality that we live in, where I like two of Damnation's members a lot, like a whole lot.
No love for demons.
Well, Kanon getting kicked out right after actually winning a match is really funny too.
It's so funny.
And like, it's
the explanation given that Sasaki said, "You're a loser." After he just won a match.
And Sasaki's calling him a loser. It's so funny.
Yeah, and like at this, the Kanon and Illusion, like the young guys were the ones that made this match. Like even the finish they did, I forgot what it was exactly. What they did to Matsunaga? It looked like it sucked for Matsunaga, but it looked like it sucked for Illusion way more. And now Kanon is out, so we won't see that move probably ever again. I'm just really glad that Okatani is back.
Oh yeah, I mean he's not ready. He's not ready to get back until April, but he will be seconding Damnation. For the next couple of shows.
I just know that Savy is all in on this, as his favorite guy is now in his favorite faction. I'm like, Savy, what's up? Why do you like all these shit heel factions?
He's such a wild guy. So, yeah.
But like obviously really good that he is back. Best thing of coming off this is Marvan's new music video snippet.
Oh, so good.
He made a thing to the reincarnated Kendrick Lamar GNX reincarnated bit where Kendrick is like talking to his dad, or well, his dad talking to him. And it fits so well. It's really good. Reincarnated best song of GNX. I listen to that album like 3 or 4 times a week right now.
And the thing with Okatani is that we kind of felt like he should return in like a different role, because he wasn't really doing that much when he got injured. Like he got injured right as he was getting a singles push, and it was kind of a shame.
And he's kind of a natural heel anyway.
Yes, that is very much what I said when I saw that this happened. What did you think of this, Dylan?
Yeah, me and Stringer talked about this the last Eastern Lariat, and he wasn't happy about this. But I'm kind of more with you guys. I think he always had like natural dick energy to him, Okatani.
Very Yuki Sakaguchi.
What do you think inspired this, though? Because, like, was this something they had planned out, or was it something they just did? Because it's like you went to the length of putting the titles on this team with Count-On in it, and now you're just kicking him out of the unit. Was it just like Okatani came back and they're just like, okay?
That is such a DDT thing, though. They forgot they had the title.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, you're probably totally right. Okatani just told him, he's like, "Hey, I'm ready to come back, guys." And they're like, "Oh, like, well, let's put him in Damnation."
Yeah, his return match will be on the Korakuen Hall in April, and I think it's pretty clear that his return is going to be against Kanon, probably. If not a singles match, it will probably be a tag of him and Sasaki versus Kanon and someone.
Like, who does Kanon have, though?
Yeah, that's true. Who does Kanon have?
I saw a clip of
He should bring in, like, what's this guy? The JTO young guy that was on the All-Star Junior. Chumonji? Akira Chumonji? Bring him in. I take him.
Imagine if Kanon joins NWA Junior.
Would be the worst fit.
Actually, the only other person of JTO I've ever seen photos of Kanon with is Micah.
Kanon coming out and singing Daisuki. Come on, that would be so funny.
Yeah, he should join NWA now. That's very much of that. Yeah.
Do you think that, like, the thing is, Count-On sucks, actually, like, in a lot of ways.
Yes. This is going to be a test to see if he's actually good.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully we could tap something from him away from Damnation.
Yeah. Because in Damnation he was nothing. And they tried to make him something, and it never worked.
Yeah, I just think, especially, I think it made him look even worse when Illusion came in and actually did good, even in Damnation. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know where you go with him, but I think for the DDT fans, him versus Sasaki got a really good reaction when they got it out.
Kano is very popular.
Yeah, so I think that it's good for them to kind of do this, lead him away to wherever they have him, and who knows what kind of how much potential do they see in him? You know, it's very interesting to see going forward. But I mean, if this all works out, this turn it could light a spark in him and his character to really move up the card. I feel like there's room for that. I mean, if you look at DDT right now, that's one of the big conclusions me and String came up to. It's like, if you look at this roster, there's plenty of room for upward mobility with Ueno now kind of, downgraded to the secondary title. There's main event spots open for people if they choose to go with him. So, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, and it feels like they want to do something with Kano. I'm worried, but because I don't know how good he can be, but we'll see. And of course, as you said, it was announced later on the show that he will be having a special singles match at Judgement against Daisuke Sasaki, which of course is going to be a very grudge match. Probably, it might even get a hardcore stip to make it a good Sasaki match. But
be realistic.
Moving on to a special tag match, Shota for the International, which Balyanaki apparently is a part of. Chris Brooks and Balyanaki versus Shinya Aoki and Keigo Nakamura. This was was a 9-minute and 46 seconds match where Brooks pinned Keigo Nakamura with the Praying Mantis Bomb to win the match, and it was good. I thought the Shota for the International spot with Honda was very funny. I thought, as always, with Shinya Aoki, he's such a highlight. And I like this team with Keigo Nakamura. Bring back the Ultimate Tag League, please. We have so many cool teams. Bring back the Ultimate Tag
cool
League.
Teams.
Oh. Yeah, well... Yeah, maybe.
I quite enjoyed this match.
Don't tell me that you wouldn't be into Illusion and Hideki Okatani Ultimate Tag League run.
Actually, yeah, we have 3 cool teams. They are the team yet. I'm happy to see Aki again. Haven't seen him in in months.
Yeah, last time I watched him wrestle was in
Ichigaya in person.
Yeah. No, I didn't go to any Ishigaya shows.
Oh, okay.
But I saw him in Shinjuku Face.
Yeah.
Because all the Ishigaya shows were sold out. Like,
of course they were
in advance.
Yeah. It's cool. I don't need him like all the time, but here with Chris, it makes a lot of sense. Cool match, like that. Nothing that like stood out, and obviously this was just like a placeholder because we all knew that Chris was gonna announce his opponent.
Yeah. Which he did. Even though the GM had to remind him, which was very funny. Because the GM was like, bro, you promised to announce your opponent. The Judgement is next in legit a month. Who is your opponent going to be? And Chris got up his phone and called Masahiro Takanashi. This was a very dumb title challenge. It was very funny. It was very charming. Apparently, Masahiro Takanashi was at home resting because he had been told by the doctors to take some shows off. And Chris told him that he chose him because he wanted. It had been 6 years since Masahiro Takanashi and Chris Brooks met for the first time, and it will be Chris Brooks' 6th anniversary in Japan at March 2nd, 20th at Judgement, and he wanted to face his friend and his long-term tag partner. This is very cool. Dylan, what do you think of this match?
It's logical in that Brooks is challenging his friend. It's illogical in the canon of like this person deserving a title shot recently.
Nothing.
Yes, exactly. There's no logic in that. But it's his friend. Like you said, they did it in a really comedic way. This is, I don't know. Like, I don't know what made them do this. Like, why this is the match, but yeah, it makes sense for this particular title reign. It's not in a crazy big building or anything like that. But it is one of your biggest shows of the year, so it's kind of interesting that Takanashi is in the main event on this particular show of Judgement. But, it's okay. Like, I mean, I don't dislike it, but it's just really random. Like when you look at how the shows have been built up so far.
Yeah, very much, very much. It was. I remember when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's nice." Very random though.
Yeah,
that was legit my reaction. I was like, "It's nice, but it's kind of weird." Yannik, what do you think of it?
I am very excited for the match. That being said, it is like I wouldn't say weird, because it makes so much sense, and especially in the some case of Chris can choose his opponent.
Yeah.
And but
yeah, continue.
Yeah, weird is the wrong word. I don't quite have a better one. It's not what I expected, though.
Yes, that is the thing. But we were struggling to come up with people who were available to challenge him. Remember?
Yeah.
Like, we were like, who makes sense? Like,
yeah, the answer I came up with was Sadamura, and that doesn't make any sense either. Because it's not she's done anything to deserve a title shot either.
Yeah.
What I'm just thinking is that Masa is putting in effort very sparingly, but like he chooses his moments.
Oh yeah.
Like if he's in a high caliber match, which is mostly CDK, he brings it.
Yeah.
So I am 100% up for this. Again, I'm very excited. I think they will just do smart ass wrestling trickster bullshit, and I will eat all 20 minutes of that up. And in the end, we will all believe Masa might actually win the title.
And it brings up the thing you brought up earlier, Dylan, that in this company, there is a lot of main event like open slots because Ueno is holding the Universal. He isn't doing anything. He's holding Universal and he wants to challenge outsiders. Mao and Toy are the tag champs, so Mao can't be the main event challenger for Chris. Even though I know that is a match they both want to do for the title. And like the other ones would be Akito, which they did last year against Yuki Ueno. They could do Yuki Naya again, but I don't think anyone would be into that, especially with the performance he had on this show. They could do Akiyama, who has already said that he is not interested in being in main events anymore. And Damnation is doing their like little turn on Kanon, so Kanon isn't ready. So yeah, this just makes sense as a placeholder until the next challenger, which I think has not a shot of winning, but that is definitely a very interesting match.
the way they played it, it was kind of like Brooks never even thought about who his challenger was the whole time. Like he was just there, like, oh yeah, Takanashi. I'm like, sure, I'll call him.
Yeah.
It was like he didn't really have any plan for it. Like he spent this whole month just not even thinking about it.
It's also funny because Masa said at the end of the phone call that the one facing the Generations Cup winner will be me, and I like that. I like that he ended the phone call with him putting over the main event. Like, that's cool.
I think they should have had it where Brooks said that he challenges The Rock to be his challenger for the title, and Iwabashi tells him that no, we can't afford him, and then he would challenge Okada, Kazuchika for the title, and they just keep going down like smaller stars that they can't afford until they fight. He's like, "What about Takanashi?" And he's like, "All right, I just, yeah."
He could have said, "Oh, I could call Zack." That would have been a fun challenge. I mean, now that Zack is free.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
he calls Zack. Goto takes the phone.
Yeah, Goto takes the phone. No.
Yeah, no, but it's good. I don't know why. To me, the fact that they're going this far to do this match, and there really is no, like, this title reign, in my opinion, doesn't have what the first one did, and it definitely doesn't have what Ueno's did, in terms of there's no real clear road to where this title reign is actually going.
Yeah. It's not like the Ueno reign or the first Chris Brooks reign, where it felt like they had a plan.
Yeah.
From start to end.
It kind of feels like Yuji Hino's reign.
Yes.
And that's a good point.
No, yeah, yes, it's a bad omen though.
But I think that where I'm going with that is, I don't think it's impossible that they don't just put the belt on Takanashi, like here, because it's like they're at this really weird point of the company right now. There's really no good, like, there's no good endpoint to this Brooks reign, and this would at least be that. Like, you know, like, he put over his best friend, and it would be a shocking win. I don't know. I mean, I still think Brooks is going to win. Obviously, I think he's a heavy favorite, but I don't think it's impossible that they don't do something crazy. Because they've already gone this far in a direction nobody would have expected. Pretty much.
Yes, chances are not zero. I think Koroku's chances are significantly higher.
I agree there.
I think Koroku's chances are 0 of winning the belt.
Oh,
I mean,
he doesn't have to. Yeah, like, I mean, if he won, that would be like the first time we've seen something like this in DDT and a long, long time, where someone literally jumps from rookie to champion.
Yeah. Before we get to Koroku, though,
basically.
Yeah, and it would fit with what I kind of felt like they were setting up at the start of the year. But moving on to a match that was so slow, the Bravern sponsored match of Bravern. I don't know how you say it. From Brave Bang Bravern, a Gunma anime. Bravern, who was a wrestler under the Bravern mask, teamed up with Yuki.
Who could that have been, Sondre?
I told you to skip this match.
Have no idea.
I haven't seen this match, and even I know this is Harashima.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's Harashima. Yeah, I knew when he hit the Somoto that it was Harashima. Yeah, so Harashima, Yuki Ueno, and Mao defeated Yuki Onaya, Akito, and Soma Takao when Bravern pinned Takao with the Brave Cross Stinger after 17 minutes and 29 seconds. This was long. This was way too long. Way too slow in some parts. Yuki Ueno worked very slow, which might have been something with that hospital scare he had. But also, like, this Bravern gimmick was just the most sponsorship thing ever. Dylan, did you watch this? Tell me I'm not the only one who watched this. Please.
No, I did watch it. And I'm saying it was, like, super obvious. Like, he didn't even try to hide he was Harashima. I actually thought the first part of the match was kind of cool. the second half of the match, I thought it like totally fell off the rails, and I definitely wouldn't recommend anyone out there if you're listening to this. Maybe watch the entrance. You get the novelty of him in this braver and stuff, but it wasn't a good match. I have to say, I had hoped for a little bit better, to be honest. But ultimately, you're right. Like, this was a sponsorship deal. It doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day.
Yeah. But I still kind of noticed that Yuki Onaya and Ueno kind of looked bad in this match.
It wasn't good.
Korakuen.
And I'm surprised that it went that way. Like I said, I thought the first part was okay. I thought the second part, just something was really off with everybody in this match. I would say, I think nobody was guiltless here. I think everybody didn't do good.
Yannik, you did the right choice. Skipping this.
You did. You really did. Yep, he was right.
To the main event. The fact that these two got the main event is just so awesome. The fact that the tournament got the main event is so cool. Because in previous years, it has been in Korakuen, the final has happened, yes. But it's always been in the middle of the card or at the start of the card. And here, getting the main event slot in front of what felt like at least like 1K in Korakuen. It was at least a very hot crowd. It was very cool for these two. D-Generations Cup 2025 final. B block winner Yuya Koroku versus A block winner Takeshi Masada. I might have gotten the blocks mixed up, but I'm pretty sure it's B block Yuya Koroku and A block Takeshi Masada. Yuya Koroku wins after 16 minutes and 40 seconds with the modified triangle lancer. And I punched the air. I was so happy. I was so happy with his performance in this match. They both did well. This is both of these two wrestlers' best singles performance against someone of the same experience. But I would also say just best singles performance. I loved the dickish side of Masada being the heel of the match, and I love the comebacks that Korakuen kept doing, and him paying tribute to the rest of the Burning members was just so cool. And I thought the last 4 minutes of this match was amazing. Yannik, I know you love this just as much as me. What did you think?
This is my second favorite match of the year so far.
Understandable.
Like any promotion. The one thing I would put above this is Chi-Chi versus Aya Sakura. What I really like about it is how this built upon each other, in the hype level department, where it's just, the tension in the match grew more and more, and in the end you said you were punching the air. It was a very punching the air kind of finish to this.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen a match this exciting in DDT in quite a while.
Yeah, for sure. Dylan, what did you think of this?
I thought it was definitely an upgrade over the rest of the tournament matches, which were all good, very easy to watch. I thought this was the first one that was really strong, an 8 out of 10 plus level. I mean, you could go even higher, but I thought it was the first really very, very good to great match of the tournament. I agree with you about Koroku tributing the Burning members in the match. I thought that added a great personal touch that separated this from a lot of his other matches. Masada, he's a guy that really came in with a lot of upside, and it felt like he was destined to be the guy. But I think the last year or so it's kind of been bad for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really wasn't a big fan of the tag run with Brooks. A lot was said about his match with Mao 1 year ago, where he basically got squashed in it. it just feels like he's really dropped down a little bit to the point where now Koroku to me felt like the natural winner.
Yeah.
The only thing it's not even a critique, but something I thought about afterwards, because this was a really strong match. Don't get me wrong; I have nothing negative to say about it in ring wise. But to kind of bring it back to my point before about the main event scene being kind of in limbo and this title reign going nowhere, still seemingly, I think Masada was actually a more logical challenger for Brooks than Koroku. Yes. Yeah. Him fighting his friends, like his teammates, that at least gives this title reign a thread to go somewhere with. Like, Koroku probably needed it more, and I actually like him. I like him as a performer more, personally, than Masada.
We all do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not saying anything crazy with that. But I just think narrative-wise, Masada made more sense. But still, though, I think Koroku...
They can make Koroku narratively make sense, though. I think they can make that make sense.
Tournament winner, and doesn't need to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. His narrative is good as and not just a tournament winner. Basically, a rookie wrestler who's never done anything in his career getting a title shot. That automatically is an intriguing story.
But the thing is, this tournament win feels like the natural next stop after the Endo match at the start of the year. I will continue to go back to that match.
Well, just him getting a title shot is like an automatic upgrade. It's an automatic elevation. This is way bigger than he's ever been. Like, Endo match or not. Like, this is totally different level.
What Endo told him to do.
Right.
And that that's kind of what I like with.
Well, you shouldn't listen to Endo. He's a geek. Like I said, he already lost his belt. Like, my bad Noah booking aside. I think that yes. But I think this is a great thing for him, and I think his match is going to be really great. I think the crowd, again, this is a super easy story to tell, even though it's kind of basic. Who is not going to root for this heavy underdog going in the title match? The crowd's going to go crazy for him. I'm sure that they'll work specific spots to go near give him the win. And like we said, it's kind of an open canvas right now in the main event scene. 0% is probably too strong for this, actually. Like, I think there's a space for him to be a legitimate guy.
The thing, though, if he wins this title, if he actually beats Brooks or Masa, it will be his first title in this company. That is not his first title ever. That is not the 10-man tag titles.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's already won. Like, with this tournament, and I mean, I guess unless the match turns into a disaster of some sort, like, the worst match of the year somehow, which, I mean, I don't expect from someone with his talent level, but other than that, like, he's going to get elevated. Like, he needs to be followed up upon, even if he doesn't win the title necessarily, he needs to be a guy in DDT going forward. Like, we're at that stage to me. Like, he needs to be a guy constantly in the mix of important things, and I think this is the jumping off point. And to me, it feels more like the start of his real journey, more so than the end point of winning the title. And that's just how it feels to me. But like I said, I mean, I do think there is room for that in this company. So I retract what I said about 0%. I think that it's still very low. Like, it's probably below 5%, but it's not 0.
It fits what I kind of felt like they were setting up at the start of the year, that this was going to be some of the younger guys, almost at the end of the last year, with Toy and Koroku being the focus of that tag match, and them two being the two most over guys in the building. Like, at the Ultimate Party, they were the two most over guys in the building, and I think DDT saw that and will be focusing on building both Toy and Koroku, and probably Masada also, and probably Kanon, unfortunately, up until that main event slot, because they need bodies in the main event scene. It's not as dire as All Japan's. It's worse than All Japan's in terms of work rate, but All Japan's main event scene is dire because there's like 8 guys that I have on a wheel that you can spin after every Triple Crown match. You can spin a wheel and they will land on one of the 8 guys that I have on the wheel, because it just that. But that is also a problem in DDT, and it seems like now they want to kind of change that. And we see it with the focus on Korakuen. We see it with the focus on Toy with the tag titles. We see it on Masada, who always has been focused on, even though he hasn't won stuff. And we now see it with them making this Hideki and Kanon story, which I think can probably move. It will probably move Kanon up in the main event slot, which might be bad or might be good. We don't know because it's Kanon.
Kanon will definitely have a title shot this year.
100%.
And like this, we're all just really happy that they said from the start that the winner will have a title shot.
Yeah,
it makes sense. It makes the tournament more prestigious. It gives them some air. Because it will be a very interesting match. Whoever wins the tournament, whoever is champion, and like we didn't know who we wanted for Judgement, or like who was reasonable for Judgement. We didn't know, and we already had a challenger for afterwards. So we really are searching for like a challenger for in 2 months.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, belt up Mao with the big one. Whatever.
I think that should be the end goal of this Chris reign, is to get it on Mao. I think we all can agree on that. Like I think we all, like, Mao should have won at Peter Pan last year.
Yeah.
I'm not sure there is a plan, but
that's what I was thinking.
But Mao should be the end goal, and I think everyone agree on that. If they don't do Higuchi, which
yes,
yeah, let's get to Judgement card. By the way, last thing about this match, all of the like ways Koroku implied the Triangle Lancer in the match was just amazing. The one where he kicked out of the German by doing a Triangle Lancer is one of the best counters to a pin ever. I was so into that counter. So yeah, Koroku is such a good technical wrestler, and he has always been that. But they did announce the full card for Judgement in the post video of this show, as they always do with the last Korakuen before Judgement. Judgement 2025, the 28th anniversary of DDT, has been named a 5-hour special, not 6 hours. Guys, I have a feeling that the 30th anniversary, they're going to break it and have 10-hour. I am worried. I have a feeling that they're going to make that the longest wrestling show ever. But yeah, on the 20th of March 2025 in Tokyo Korakuen Hall, here it's a 10-match card, which is nice. Normally, Judgement is 11 or that 1 year 14 matches. Opening match, 3-way. Toru Washi versus Antonio Honda versus Kazuki Irada. Of course. That should be fun. This will probably be one of Owashi's last matches in Korakuen, because he will be stepping away pretty soon from active.
I have no idea when he retires, and
well, it's not a retirement. It's him. It's like Hino, where he's stepping away from active touring and competition. Which, by the way, yeah.
Same. I hope Hino is doing well.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Hope you're doing well. Then Makoto Ishii, Akito, and Somo Takao versus Yuki Naya, Yuya Koroku, and Keigo Nakamura.
This match makes me angry.
Yes, I agree. It should have this. Korakuen should have been in the. I almost want him to have. He should have had a singles match with Akito on the show. I feel like. Korakuen versus Akito could have been a cool special singles match on this card. Okay, or Keigo. Special tag match: MJ Paul and Illusion versus JJ Furno and Tomomitsu Matsunaga. JJ Furno is apparently the Fire from Down Under, a Australian-based wrestler, making his Japan debut, I think, with this match. I don't think any one of us are familiar with JJ Furno.
No.
Respect him, though.
Do you?
For the name?
I mean, I respect him. He follows his dreams, Sondre. He's in Japan.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say he follows you on Twitter or something.
Maybe.
Well, unlike some people I know, like names who rise with Tika Ratsumi out there, doesn't follow me anymore. But if he did, I would like him even more. I respect him, though.
Yeah.
Good on him. He probably won't be able to show much.
Let's hope. I mean, it's against Illusion and MJ Paul, so he's not going to be able to show.
He's also in the ring with Tomomitsu Matsunaga, who will steal anyone's spotlight.
Yeah, true. Then, this is a cool match. Yunakiyama and Daichi Sato versus Harashima and Takeshi Masada. And this is Yannick's match right here.
I'm so happy.
Special 6-man tag match. Kazusada Higuchi and Shinma Katsumata double comeback match. It's a
triple comeback. We haven't seen Ryota Nakatsu in ages.
Yeah, that's true. We have, for the first time in a very long time, Harimao, Kazusada Higuchi, Ryota Nakatsu, and Yuki Ishida, probably accompanied to the ring by Naomi Yoshimura, versus NWA Junior, Shinma Katsumata, Yuni, and Kazuma Sumi. This match I have circled. It's like a big. I am looking forward to this match. Like, it's this match, the main event, and the tag title match. I am like, yes, this is my lock-in matches. I'm really hyped for this, and I think everyone is.
Yeah, 3 of my favorites plus 3 really strong rookies. How could I not love this?
Yeah. Hopefully, I keep saying, let's just give Shunma the unit. Let's have him have a boy band unit, please. Let him be the natural vibes of DDT. Then a special singles match: Daisuke Sasaki versus Kanon. Should be noted that on the house show circuit, in the lead up to Judgement, Kanon will be facing the other members of Damnation, so we can use those matches as a test to see how he wrestles as a babyface. Also, Minoru Suzuki is announced for a lot of the house shows in between now and Judgment, which makes sense. Then the KOD tag titles: Mao and Toy defending against Astronauts, Fuminori Abe and Takuya Nomura. Astronauts making their DDT debut, and they're challenging the tag titles. They
should win them.
Yeah,
they should lose them again.
Oh yeah. When they announced this, I was so happy. I was like, okay, this could be the perfect Astronaut match, because it will have silliness. It could also have great wrestling, and it lets Abe do silliness in a silly promotion, so that the pure Astronaut fans will hate it, because but no, I talked about that earlier.
Okay.
But I am very into this. I'm sure everyone else is into it. I know, I saw someone say, why does Toy have to be in this? Which, I agree, I guess, but it should be fun. Dylan, are you excited for Astronauts making their debut in DDT?
Fair point about Toy being in there, but it's still the Astronauts, though.
Toy in a tag match. Toy is a very good tag wrestler.
Yes, it is. It is the astronauts. It's Abin Nomura.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it'll be good.
Okay, yeah, okay, nice. I thought you said it is not astronauts, and I was like, what?
No, and it's not the astronauts after all. It's impersonators. Sondre, I have a good authority.
I need to divert this very lovely conversation because I'm very much excited. Because in a week's time, I will see
Oh yeah,
Fuminori Abe and Takuya Nomura wrestle for the third time in a singles match in person in Germany, WXW Ambition.
Yeah. They
oh boy,
it will be the third time in the span of the in the like 2024, 2025, 2023, 2024, 2025. They did have a singles match in Big Japan like before these former astronauts. But yeah,
third one since the Fighting Detectives.
Yes, yeah. I do like that they have made it like, okay, we did it in Japan. We'll do it. We did it during WrestleMania weekend. Now we'll do it during Cardiff weekend. Like that's very cool of them, and it shows their popularity that the overseas bookers will be like, oh yeah, these two get really big hype. So of course.
Please remind me to wear my astronaut shirt to that match.
Sure.
Thank you.
I'll send you a picture of me with my Abe shirt and say, hey, wear the astronaut shirt. Then Dansho Godino versus Super Salsa Dango Machine for the DDT Extreme title with special referee Amon Surumi. Okay.
I only know Aimon. Aimion?
Okay. Then the DDT Universal title, Yuki Ueno making his defense against Minoru Suzuki. That is a match that I hope could be good, but it will be interesting.
I mainly hope it's not too long.
And then the main event, Chris Brooks versus Masahiro Takanashi for the KOD Openweight title in Chris Brooks's first defense, I think. Yes. Should be fun.
I'm very excited for the match. Like, for the match's sake.
Yeah. Yeah. A Judgement the past couple of years has not disappointed me, so I'm looking forward to this.
That's a good point.
But
this, let's just overall, this is a very weird card. I don't know. I don't think it's wrong.
I'm missing a Takagi match. Honestly.
Fair enough.
I'm also missing a Takeshita match.
That would have helped.
We just had Shin Konosuke Takeshita, you have to live with that. It's arguably better.
I'm sure Takeshita is doing something in the promotion.
I don't know. Let's just make the Extreme title match Weapons Rumble, and we have Takagi there in our minds. Well, he will probably be a weapon.
Yeah. Okay. Since we're talking about Takeshita, I just have to bring this up. Dylan, how long has this Takeshita and Kenny Omega feud been going on now? Because for me, this feud feels like it started before COVID. It feels that old.
And this is like the first time they're doing this like pay-per-view match between them. Yeah.
It feels so long ago that it started. Like, I remember watching like their 6-man on All In London, the first show. And I remember there being like, man, this feud feels old. I just want to see Takeshita and Kenny face again.
Yeah, they never did that.
Never did.
Yeah. See, so it's actually what is old is new again. Because you're right, that was like a big talking point for a while, and they never did anything with it.
Also,
match should be good though.
Look, yeah. I mean, it is the match on Revolution that you kind of look forward to. Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher has to main event over Cope and Moxley, right?
I hope so. Yeah, the Death Rider story is a disgrace to AEW. That it was already down.
I just checked the Revolution card and I'm like, oh man, if Moxley and Cope main event over this, I mean,
yeah, I mean the thing is, like, that card is actually good.
It is a good
except
card.
for the main event, you know, except for the title match at least. I would hope for the cage match, but yeah.
Also, MJF is on this card, so
that's true. That's an automatic loss. Although it is against Hangman, like Hangman's pretty reliable. But it should be a good show.
Mercedes Moné versus Momo Watanabe might be the only AEW match Valkyrie watches since like the Brody Lee tribute show.
Well, that story is hilarious when you think about it. Momo, part of like this evil like heel group in Stardom, is a babyface in AEW just because she's facing Monet.
She was always a babyface in my heart.
Of course,
she used to be.
Moving on from moving on from DDT and AEW for some reason. Let's just talk about some Dragon Gate news before we preview tomorrow's show. Some news are that Matt Sydal got announced to be the first Dragon Gate USA alumni appearing at the Rebirth show during WrestleMania weekend. That is cool. Is Matt Sydal still signed with AEW?
Don't ask me.
No, I don't know. Does Tony Khan know?
That's all. Yeah, I don't know that either.
As long as he pays, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Then there are some matches announced for Shun Skywalker's SSW Quest 4. The main event will be Shun Skywalker, Kota Minoura, and Homare versus the Los Ingobernables de Alpon, Shingo Takagi, Bushi, and Hiromu Takahashi. So that is going to be the main event on March 24th for Shun Skywalker's Produce Show. Also on this card will be the other match announced is Ishin and Yoshiki Kato versus X and Diamante. Luis Mante returning under his mask. Or, as I fantasy booked, Shun Skywalker wrestling in the Diamante mask and Luis Mante being X.
It is so perfect. I will be disappointed when it inevitably doesn't work.
Yeah.
I was like, I saw it. I remember I saw the graphic and I immediately sent a message to Amy saying like, okay, fantasy booking is that X is Luis Mante, forced by Shun Skywalker to wrestle on the show, and Shun Skywalker is wrestling under the Diamante mask just to troll him. It would be so amazing.
That does sound awesome.
And like, I love the idea of Shun wrestling in every match on this show, but he's probably not going to do that. But that is the matches announced for SSW Quest in Shinjuku Face. Then let's get on to the preview of this very stacked next couple of days. Very stacked start to March. We have some news about... Well, Jay said he has good news about Rey de Parajas, which we'll probably find out tomorrow during the pre-ramble. No, wait, there is an English commentary for tomorrow's show. The next English commentary show is Korakuen. Yes. Okay. But tomorrow, no longer Champion Gate, but Truth Gate 2025 in Osaka. The reason why it's not Champion Gate is because none of the titles are... Like, the only titles defended is the Dream Gate and the Warrior Gate. We have... The full card is Ben K, Jackie Kame, and Rita of Gold Class opening the show to face Don Fuji, Masaki Mochizuki, and Problem Dragon. Okay. And then it's Hyo and Susumu Yokosuka versus Luis Mante and Yasushi Kanda in the tag match. Hyo just filling the air. Then the Open Warrior Gate title on the line. Defense 2 for Takeshi Yoshida versus Kunshinbo Kamen, which is the clown. Then we have Paradox.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean. Then we have Paradox, VB Hulk, Kagetora, and Naruki Doi versus Seabrats, Homare, Kota Minoru, and Yoshiki Kato. I want to real quick shout out Paradox's title defense against Seabrats earlier this week on Memorial Gate. That is a very recommendable Triangle Gate match. Paradox is just putting in such a good effort right now. But I recommend going back to Memorial Gate on the network and checking that out. Then, the semi-main. And honestly, like, this is where the business of this show starts. D-Courage, Dragon Daya, Madoka Kikura, Ryo Tanaka, and Yuki Yoshioka versus Seabrats, Ishin, Jason Lee, Kai, and Shun Skywalker. Yuki Yoshioka's first match since, like, Korakuen before Final Gate last year. I'm so ready. I'm so hyped. Oh.
Have you seen his new shirt that they introduced?
No!
Yes, it said, "Don't call it a comeback." Shout out
Really?
LL Cool J. Yeah.
No way.
I mean, I don't know if that's why, but that's what it said on his shirt. So I'll try and find it for you. Posted it here.
No, don't worry. I'm already on this Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck. Valky has to buy that shirt. No, fuck. I have to have the t-shirt. How can I get that t-shirt?
There you go.
Cool.
Pay Valky. Oh, yeah.
But
You
it might
just want
only
a
be,
shirt with an almost naked man on it.
it,
A
it might
rich,
only be
almost naked
sold.
man.
It might only be sold in Osaka tomorrow, though.
Yeah, it has the date on it.
Oh.
If somehow someone is listening to this who are going to Osaka tomorrow for this show, I will PayPal you. Just DM me on Twitter or Bluesky, and I will PayPal you like extra money for you to buy this shirt from me.
See, you're going all out. You have to have this new Yoshioka shirt.
Yeah, I'm so ready for tomorrow. Honestly, I have missed him.
Oh, I almost didn't notice.
Yeah, right.
Match should be awesome.
The next 4 days, I am looking so forward to because it's 3 matches of Yoshioka. So it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But the main event tomorrow is the Open the Dream Gate title match. Defense number 6 for Yamato versus Casey. Now, any other year, any other champion, I would be screaming off the rooftops. Let it be Casey time. However, it's Osaka Area number 2. It's not really a built-up match other than like the Korakuen, which was a good build-up, and we all said last episode, even though it wasn't official yet, we all said, yeah, that's the next title challenge. It's not going to be Casey time. I promise it's not going to be Casey time. But as we know, Casey is one of the best Dreamgate challengers Dragon Gate can do, and I'm really hyped for this match. Yamato, of course, probably retaining. There's a 95% chance of him retaining, I would say. But I'm really, really looking forward to this. Casey Dreamgate title matches always rule. Dylan, how are you looking forward to this?
I think the match should be great. Yamato's over-delivered constantly in this title reign. And we know what KZ's about when it comes to main event Dreamgate level matches. And this is his first taste of it in a long time, so he's going to be extra motivated. I have full expectations that this will be a hell of a match.
I mean, we have no precedence to believe that this match will be subpar by any means. Yamato should wipe the floor with Casey.
I mean, it's the first time. So it's kind of an interesting thing because it's the first title challenge Casey has had for the title since the day before Yamato won his last reign.
Yeah,
which is crazy. Like, you would think that Casey had a challenge in between now and then, but no. He had like number one contendership matches, and he was close to winning King of Gates, but this is the first time he has challenged since Kobe World 2021.
it would be very funny if Casey won the title after Hiroki Goto did.
That would be very funny. he was like, nah, I can't be the next one. He's like politicking. He has been politicking ever since he saw him go to win. He's like, I'm gonna go to the States if you don't. I'm gonna go to Chima if you guys don't do this. I can't be Goto. That would be very funny. But no, Yamato retaining makes sense. I think we all want this Yamato reign to go for quite some time. So and then the fact that it's already up to V6, like I mean, it's expected because this title reign has been going since World, but yeah, he's racking up wins. Still holding the Brave Gate hostage. Annoyingly.
Da, da, da.
But then we move over to the Rey de Parajas. Starting on the 2nd of March, the day after this Truthgate show. So, just a reminder of the blocks. In B block, we have Ryu Fuda and Daiki Yanaguchi, Ishin and Yoshiki Kato, the Twin Gate champions Kota Minoura and Jason Lee. Then we have Jackie Kame and Rita of Gold Class. We have Kagetora and Susumu Yokosuka, Original Jimmys and Paradox, two halves of the Triangle Gate champions. And we have Yoshioka and Yuki Yoshioka and Dragon Dia, the original D-Courage, returning. That is the A block. B block is Masaki Mochizuki and Akihiro Sahara of Mochizuki Dojo, Homare and Shun Skywalker of Seabrats, Ben K and Mochizuki Jr. of Gold Class, Casey and Strong Mission J of Natural Vibes, the Dream Gate champion Yamato and one half of the Triangle Gate champions BB Hulk of Paradox, and Hyo and Kurishio Tokyo Japan. So that is B block and A block. And of course, as I said, Jay apparently has good news. Hopefully that there is going to be some form of taped for the house shows. But at least the first 2 nights of the tournament will be live on the network. Night 1 in Edion Arena number 2, Osaka, will be opening up with a B block match of Strong Machine J and Casey versus Masaki Mochizuki and Akihiro Sahara. Now, that is a dope match. That is a very dope match.
We all need more Sahara in our lives.
Oh yeah, he's so good. Then we have a singles match: UT versus Kai. Now that's a nice match. two wrestlers who are not involved in the tournament, so it makes sense that they get a singles match here.
Right.
Then we have a block match: Kota Minoura and Jason Lee, the Twin Gate champions, versus Ishin and Yoshiki Kato. We have Seabrat's civil war here, even though there's no like tension. I have a feeling that this might be like a count out or like fake DQ or something. It's always interesting when we see heel units against heel units, like interplay during tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have a 8-man tag: Don Fuji, Genki Horiguchi, Susumu Yokosuka, and Yamato versus Ben K, Madoka Kikura, Luis Mante, and Ryo Tanaka. So the guys that aren't doing anything on the show, basically. And And then a B block match. This is the semi-main. Hyo and Kuroshio Tokyo Japan versus Shun Skywalker and Homare. That is a very funny match. It should be fun to see Shun do some stuff with Kuroshio. Probably ruin his entrance, hopefully. And then the main event. Sunday, I'm so looking forward to Sunday. Dragon Daya and Yuki Yoshioka, original D Courage, against Rita and Jackie Kame of Gold Class. Like, one of the best duos we have in Dragon Gate right now, going against original D Courage in the A block here in the main event.
It was a great choice to main event this show with them, I would say.
Oh yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this. It is weird that the Rey de Parajas is opening in Osaka. I'm hoping for a hot crowd for this Osaka double shot.
Yeah, me too.
With like the Dreamgate match tomorrow and Yoshioka's comeback matches, I feel like they should be hot. And
I'm hopeful for that.
It's Osaka number 2. They are probably gonna announce like something way above what Osaka number 2 actually can hold. But there's probably gonna be like there's probably gonna be like 800, 700 people there.
Right.
But they're gonna announce like 1,200.
Yeah.
Like that. Then we move over to Korakuen Hall for night 2 of the Rey de Parajas on the 4th of March. So we have Monday off, and then on Tuesday we are back for another night. This show will of course also be on the Dragon Gate Network, and this will have English commentary. Opening with another Akihiro Sahara and Masaki Mochizuki opener. Here, going against Ben K and Mochizuki Jr. in the B block. Now, so that is a cool match. I am very happy that we get to see that live.
This is my new son.
Yeah. Then we have Madoka Kikura versus Punch Tominaga.
Yes, I'm very happy about this.
Yannik likes one of these wrestlers, and it's not.
Yes.
Then we have a rare.
By the way, I noticed that the internet was so rude to die on me when you guys were talking about Punch getting booked in a DDT ring.
Yeah,
yes.
In the Torimon versus original DDT. Yeah.
Yeah, see, Sondre didn't know what I told him to when I brought it up.
Yeah, because I hadn't looked at the full card. I only knew the main event.
Right.
But then we have a rare Royal Sambo Battle Royal in Tokyo. Casey, Strongmishi J, UT, Jackie Kame, Rita, Ryo Tanaka, Luis Mante, Don Fuji, Problem Dragon, Toru Washi, and Shuji Kondo, all doing a Battle Royal here in Tokyo. It's probably going to be the same way as the Royal Sambo, where 2 wrestlers will come out to a mixed version of both teams, which is always fun. Also, this match made me realize that there's no Ultimo Dragon on this Korakuen. That is rare.
Ooh.
Yes. Who do you prefer? Ultimo or Problem Dragon?
Punch Tominaga.
Yes, thank you.
Moving on to the A block. Daiki Oniguchi and Ryu Fuda versus Ishin and Yoshiki Kato. Rookies in the A block getting a Korakuen slot. That is dope. I'm almost surprised that this isn't the opener, but Mochizuki is the opener. That is interesting. Then a 6-man Kagetora, Naruki Doi, and Susumu Kosuka versus Shun Skywalker, Kai, and Homare. So Paradox versus Hebrats once again here. And then the semi-main is Rey de Parajas, B block, BB Hulk and Yamato versus Hyo and Kuroshio Tokyo Japan. Because, of course, they have to get 2 semi-mains with Kuroshio Tokyo Japan. But D Courage is once again in the main event for the A block. Dragon Daya and Yuki Yoshioka versus the Twin Gate champions Kota Minoura and Jason Lee. We have 3 very good nights of wrestling for Dragon Gate coming up. And I'm very hyped.
Yeah, it's always exciting when not just good wrestling, but there are stakes to all of these matches. Whether it's the Truth Gate or the tournament matches, I think each one has something to offer. And I'm like you. I can't wait to see what Yoshioka brings to the table now that he's back. It feels like, the one they want to be the protagonist is back of the company, and it's great to see him, and I'm really excited to see how it goes. I hope it goes well, and uh, they can deliver a great match. As Yannik said earlier, there's no reason to not believe in Yamato and KZ, so I think it's going to be some really good stuff going forward.
Yeah.
I'm just excited. We have 3 like good looking cards, like back to back to back.
And then nothing on the network.
Yes, then nothing, which is good because I have no idea when I have time to watch this shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You're gonna be playing D&D tomorrow and not watching the shows. I
Yes.
can't do that.
I will also probably be drinking mulled wine.
Yes, of course. Also, earlier today, tickets for Kobe World went on sale. It will be happening on July 13th this year. I have not checked if that goes at the same time as Peter Pan. I will be mad if it does, though. But
yeah. If you want to go to Kobe World or to any Dragon Gate shows, please message Ho Ho Loon on Twitter. He will reserve you great seats.
Yeah, and that goes for the WrestleMania weekend shows also.
Oh yeah.
So I think they are probably close to sold out. At least the Rebirth show is. The Rey de Parajas will be ending on March 30th in Kobe Samba Hall. That will be on the network. As we know, Jay has said that he has good news about the tournament, but we don't know what that is yet, so we'll see. So now, before the tournament gets starting, who do you guys see being the winner of A Block?
Winner of A Block. I of course forgot which block is which. A Block. Decourage.
Okay.
That was my pick when we talked about it before.
I have changed my pick, but I forgot what I said back then.
You don't know, but you just know that you changed it.
Yes.
Yep.
I'll go with the courage, though. I won't change.
Yep. I think we all agree on the Courage winning. What about runner-up for A Block? Of course, the runner-up will be facing the winner of B Block.
I'll go. I believe I said Mino Lee the first time, but in my heart I want it to be Jackie and Rita. I'll stick with what I said before again, but I really wish that it's Jackie and Rita.
I am manifesting Jackie and Rita. It is my pick.
Okay. I will be going with runner-up being Ishin and Yoshiki Kato. Then, in B Block, who do you guys have as the winner of B Block going against the runner-up of A Block?
I'll take Ben and Mochi.
Winner?
Yeah.
I take Jay and Casey.
Okay. I also have Ben and Junior as winner.
They are my runners-up.
And you're runner-up, okay. Who is your runner-up for B-Block?
Homari and Shun.
Homari and Shun, okay.
I have zero read on how they will book Zebrat. Zero. Like I can absolutely see that they could even win this, but it's still Homari, where they could just lose every match.
That's true. I just think it plays into the narrative. The other match would have, in my version, it would be Jason and Minora.
Yeah.
So have double Zebrats and yeah.
I just picked all the best teams so we can have good matches.
So
I hope you're right.
I will be picking. Fuck. I as my runner-up, I think I will be having Yamato and BB Hulk. I have a vision here.
That could work. I said not to count them out when we previewed it.
Yeah. So my final would be my final night would be Yamato and BB Hulk versus Yoshioka and Daya, and Ishin and Kato versus Ben and Junior. And the ultimate final I would have be Ben and Junior versus D Courage, with Ben and Junior winning.
Yeah, and my final is the same final, but I have the Courage winning.
Okay. Yeah.
So you have the rematch. I just want Casey and Jay to win this.
Yeah, okay.
And they are the winners, so they have to go. Let's not do a rematch, so they go over the Courage.
Okay, so final winners is for Yannik, Casey and SMJ. For me, Ben and Junior, and for Dylan, D Courage.
That's right.
I like it. I like that we all have different.
That is good.
Also, that was a very cool match that just got announced for the carrot show you're going to, Yannik.
It's so good. It really just got announced like minutes ago. Mochi versus Axel Tischer. First round of the 16 karat gold.
Yeah.
Also, Sekimoto versus one called Manders.
Yeah. That's a good weekend. Carrot weekends are always fun here. But I think that will be it for this today. Real quick, earlier today it was announced that Osama Nishimura, who has been he's a well-known name in the wrestling scene, passed away after a long time of battling cancer. He passed away earlier today. He of course wrestled in DDT. I don't know if he wrestled in Dragon Gate, but his last match was in 2024 in a very old guy match. But that's of course condolences to his family and a real shame.
He's a legend. I love his work a lot. He actually battled cancer twice. He had gone through it in the late 90s and then came back to have an excellent run in the 2000s in New Japan, All Japan, and Muga.
Yeah.
Which is a long forgotten indie company, but was really cool at the time in the late 90s or late 2000s. So Nishimura was one of my favorites of that weird Inokiism era of New Japan.
Yeah.
I really loved him as a technician. I think the best person I could compare it to would be like an Akito, where Akito is like a really good technical wrestler, but also kind of goofy.
Yeah.
Nishimura was a kind of a gimmick wrestler for a lot of his matches, but when he turned it on and wrestled his style, which was very much a back to basics level of style, a back to basics kind of wrestling, he was phenomenal. I said this on Twitter. If you really want to get a good look at Nishimura, watch his 2002 G1, because he got to wrestle all of these guys. Him versus Takayama was probably the best match of the whole tournament. But he also had other big matches against all kinds of other people that were really good. He was positioned as one of the main guys. All sorts of styles, all sorts of levels of stars. He made it all work, and I just thought he was a fantastic talent.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that wrestled like everywhere during the 90s to late 2000s. Like he wrestled in the ECW. Like he did some matches in the ECW during the 90s.
He did.
And
Him and Al Snow was a really good match.
Yeah, it's an interesting. I'll probably be watching some Osamu Nishimura during the weekend if I have time, because I haven't seen that much of him, and I would like to. I do remember his brief DDT multi-man run in like 2022, where he was one of the other politicians.
That did happen.
That definitely did happen, yes.
That definitely did happen. But unless you guys have anything else to say, I think we'll close it here.
My favorite part about that is when they did the 6 man, and they needed a third guy for Nishimura and Kawamatsu, and they decided on the politician Yuki Ishida.
Yes.
I don't have anything to say. No, I'm not going to say that.
Say hi to Yannik during Karat weekend.
Send a shirt to Sondre when you go to the show tomorrow.
Yeah, if you go to a Dragon Gate show in the near future and you see that they're selling that shirt, just buy it. Just buy it and contact me. XXL. That's my size. Japanese.
Yeah, I was just about to say, please buy it 2 numbers too small so you can.
Oh.
That would be rude. That would be very rude. I would hang it up on my wall though. I'm so ready. I'm so ready for him to be back tomorrow. I have missed him.
It's happening.
Dylan, I really liked the award show that you and Strigo did. I have not listened to the Hall of Fame episode yet. I did listen to the Goto episode, which was
yes. That was a journey for sure. The Goto episode was great. The Hall of Fame episode was very special to Striga and myself, so definitely recommend listening to that. I will say there was a Dragon Gate inductee this year, so it is worth watching, listening to on that level.
No, it surely was Konamawa Ishikawa, right?
Well, you'll have to tune in to find out. I will not spoil it for you. Maybe in a few days I will spoil it. So, but still, you should listen anyway, because that's the first half of the show. The second half is modern stuff. We talked a little bit about DDT. We talked a little bit about Marigold, Tokyo Joshi Pro. We previewed the Grand Princess card coming up. We talked about the train wreck known as Pro Wrestling Noah. That seems to be getting even more weird as time goes along. We talked about the whole thing, and it was a really good show. So listen to that. Should be fun. Wrestle Update's back and kicking. Next week we briefly talked about AEW. Me and Nello will talk about Revolution when it comes up. We should talk about Elimination Chamber before that. But the last episode was more about the Australia show that they did and the NXT show that we watched. So lots of fun stuff going on. Thank you to everybody who listens to my shows. And I really appreciate all the love and support. But most importantly, keep your ears open to the dramatic Dream Dragons. We really appreciate everybody out there. So thank you very much, everyone. I hope everybody's doing good and is going forward into March with cleared up weather here in the United States. And hopefully everybody's doing good wherever you are in the world, too.
Hell yeah. And we'll be back pretty soon because we have a big 3-show stretch of Dragon Gate to talk about next week, hopefully. And we'll probably, I think we will aim to be back for that. If we can, we'll try and do it before Yannik travels to Germany. I am free all week next week, but
that will not happen.
yeah, it will depend on if he has watched it or not, which he probably hasn't. But until next time, as always, be ready, wake up, and go.